What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I did.
Men who
I
have
mixed the thing that I used to do with you. The cameras are making me nervous.
It's so weird because like I said, cool, calm, and collected is Dylan Dooley.
100%.
And when the camera comes on,
It just
Hold
changes.
It doesn't
man.
work, man.
it's so stressful.
It is stressful. I've never felt this stress in my life. Can you see it on my face? You guys can see it, right?
That's how you
I've
normally
like
look,
changed.
though.
Oh,
But like added stress. You always look stressed to fuck. But now
now it's real.
now it's hard to look at. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another installment of Vaabs Podcast. To my right, we got your host,
Davey D at coming at what the
Davey D at Come Inside Your House. .co.za. Because guess what? We coming. Ew. In the center house, and it's me, Captain Lim Brazil, back again, as always, to provide you with the best cooking recipes and advice on how to tend to your garden. And to my left, new addition to the podcast, never seen before. It would have been so sick, but never mind. You may know him, ladies and gentlemen, as your certified Vaabs controller.
I know exactly what you're gonna say when you're like you've never seen him. Like if we never had him on the podcast. Sorry. I realized I cut him out completely.
Let me just carry on. What's up, everybody? It's good to be. I don't know what I'm doing. There's cables everywhere. There's a microphone. It's weird. I now understand. Like I remember giving you shit behind like after the episodes.
Yeah.
Like guys,
Just
you
be more
just
natural.
Be
Yeah,
natural.
just
Maybe just
What the
loosen
fuck?
up, guys. You look so
Yeah.
fucking uncomfortable.
I'm sorry, guys, but now I actually understand because this thing and the cables, and I'm also trying to deal with audio. Can't hear myself properly.
Have you ever noticed? I noticed this about you when we started vlogging on Saturday. It's like,
Huh?
whenever you were there, or Sunday last week. Sorry.
You guys do other vlogs with me.
Yeah.
Other you guys do other vlogs
What's
without me?
happening? All of us are screwed,
Shake
man.
it out. Like they
Yeah.
said.
Yeah.
shake it out.
Breathe.
Do re mi fa sol la ti do. Do re mi fa sol la ti do.
But yeah, no, people change when they get on camera. It's very weird.
Yeah.
It's like you're literally, which I never understood. People are so confident in like real life, but you point a camera at them and it's like they almost don't know what to say.
I know, and it's weird because especially in the context, like I feel like we have an excuse because there's like a lot of people watching us.
Yeah.
But if you actually just put a camera in someone else's face, like who's gonna see it?
Yeah.
Like
as
my
me.
friend or my family. Like,
Even when I record like Instagram stories, as soon as I press that button, and I'll delete it immediately. But as soon as
Yeah.
I press the button, I'm like, no.
and in the beginning
Like,
you had no
become so
intention of
conscious
sharing.
Like, why is my
Bro.
face doing this?
Yeah.
And it's so weird as well because it's like with you, I've never, you're buckling when cameras come on. It doesn't make any sense because we do this and you're fine. But then when we're filming,
I think
like
you
a
seem to
reel,
forget the first episode that we filmed. I literally didn't want you guys to tell me when we were starting. We had to like, Dole had to pretend not to start it.
That's not wrong,
And they had to start
I
it.
remember that, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck.
I was
That's hectic,
thinking
dude.
back to it because we're back at where it all started. As
Oh,
you can
yeah.
see, we lie unprovoked.
Hey guys, welcome
We
back
got a new
to
It's a new studio. We're homeless at this point.
welcome back to the traveling podcast. Anywhere that will have us, we'll go there.
Yeah. Invite us to your house.
Oh, again.
Back again
How many invites have we gotten to Crib Zero?
for the podcast.
He's like, oh, 1, 2, 3, 6, 4.
They're saying, well, my Valentine's Day was productive. I went to 5 houses.
Ooh, Valentine's.
I wish they knew I was there.
What?
Though.
You were the only one who did anything for Valentine's. So if you want to
Really?
get into it,
Did you guys not do anything?
who will?
Oh fucking
This guy
dickhead,
sucks,
eh?
man. Oh, you guys are single.
What did you guys do?
No, I'm
Jerk
genuinely
each other,
shocked. Did you guys really not do anything?
What must I do?
You guys are
No, it's Monday.
It was a Monday. What the
Um,
fuck you doing on Monday?
I didn't actually. So what Pop and I did, we literally just had a dinner, like chilled.
No,
I got home from work, had a dinner. Obviously, it wasn't enough. We fought, and then you just moved. Thanks, bro. Anyways, what was I saying?
Probably something you shouldn't have said.
Now I'm gonna fight again. Thanks, podcast.
Dylan. She doesn't watch the podcast. Don't flatter yourself. Wait, we're doing shots. So what do you if it cuts out?
What are we doing here?
You down your drink.
If Pav doesn't watch, who are we doing this for?
Us.
So we can watch it on Wednesdays before we post it.
I love having those movie nights.
Have you seen the new Vaabs podcast? No, I haven't. No, it's not out yet. I've seen it. I was in it.
Yeah.
Anyway, shot.
Cheers, guys.
There was no way I was shotting that after you fucking tried to kill me the last time. Anyway, with Valentine's Day on mind, that's how we do it.
Oh,
every
sorry, I
time.
forgot. Yeah, no one gets choice today. It's a double espresso.
This is a double.
Davey said, I'm tired.
Look for yours, though.
And I've got a headache already, bro. This is gonna
I was gonna clear it.
clap me.
No.
No.
The double goes and clears it all. Your bowel movements, no.
No,
That'll
it
clear that as
doesn't
well.
That's good. Well, no, one of two ways: backed up or clearing.
Yeah. Oh, good. But to the point of Valentine's Day, I saw something this morning.
Oh, carry on. I'll
We're gonna
address
talk
it.
about my bowel movements, or
No, because what I want to say is like what I want to talk about. But
No.
you can
This is like not relevant to anything that we.
Yeah, just be disrespectful quick and then we'll get back to it.
I don't stress.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
So I saw this post on Reddit this morning. And it literally made me think. Like, it made me deep life a little bit weirdly. But there's this dude, and he's like, I've been watching a video on YouTube about how a lot of young men are leaving society. And this is something I'm very recently done as well. I had to really weigh up the pros and cons of doing this. But last week, I decided to unfollow every girl on my Instagram account. It's not because I'm misogynistic, because I'm not that at all. When I read that, I was like, my nigga, you don't have to. I mean, unless you wait. But it's
because
fine.
I've got friends that are girls.
Some of my best friends are men, but they've got girlfriends.
So it's like, it's more to do with how the average man is shown how easily disposable he is. How dating apps have completely ruined the dating market. There's a lot more reasons as to why I've just decided to go on my own way. And then he goes on to say, the constant feeling of wanting affection all stems from social media. I came to the realization that I'm doing nothing but wasting my time by talking to girls that only want to talk on Instagram, but wouldn't even pick up the phone for a call, let alone meet up. It's a waste of time watching their stories and liking their pictures because that's time and effort I could be putting towards my hobbies. And apparently this dude is only like 23 years old, bro.
Yeah, so if you could stop stalking my Reddit, that'd be
You're in a
great.
relationship though. That's why I thought it would be interesting because it's like, I don't know, I've been in moods like, not like that, but like similar almost, where it's like you kind of do feel like you want to get out of the whole dating scene, out of the whole like woman, chasing and all that, and just like do up your life, and if something happens, it happens.
I understand that from point of view, like what I said there. Like everyone just wants to talk on Instagram, nothing wants to go further. And it's like for me, I also feel it's a confidence, like relatively maybe you're not shooting too high, but it's like maybe it could be that.
hectic.
But also it's in like also people, with how easy social media is and how easy accessible people are these days. It's like people they don't have to put in extra effort. Like it's not necessary. I don't think they don't have to, but it's like it's
Extra
there's no
effort, how so?
to like pick up the phone for calls. No one likes being called, man.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like- Yeah, for me, it's these the big things. It's like maybe he is shooting too high, and like maybe like he's just trying to vibe with girls that aren't interested in him, and maybe that's why it feels like that. Because maybe someone else, like if you think about the grand scheme of things, like if someone was keen, they would call. It's like if they aren't keen for the call, then
I saw a video about that as well. You know that whole saying where it's like, if they wanted to, they would. And the person was like, human beings are so complicated for you to make it as
narrow
simple
it down
as
as,
if they wanted to, they would. Because apparently there's so many, not apparently, but deep it by yourself. It's like, there's so many different reasons why you wouldn't do something. Not just because you don't want to. Like, think about all the things you want to do in life right now that you're not doing. It's not because you don't want to do those things. They're just reasons why.
Yeah, there's a lot of external factors, bro. Like that goes into that 100%. I agree with you.
100%, dude.
It makes 100% sense. But what I wanted to ask was, you said shooting too high. What do you mean?
see. So me, I've done this.
You mean
Shooting above your pay grade.
Okay. Okay. Six.
Earning more than your paycheck allows.
No. Asking for more.
I want to know how to do that. How do you do that?
Yeah,
Well,
that's for when you're doing well. If you're getting paid for
Earning more than what you should. What?
because really,
Yep.
if you think about
Well, David, take it away.
if you think about the basis of especially what he's saying there, it's like Instagram and all social media. It's like relatively, it's your first attraction is physical. It's not emotional or
sure.
personality
True
wise.
that.
So it's like relatively maybe that person shooting too high, and then well, not even shooting too high. Maybe it's like it sounds very bad, but it's like first impressions aren't high enough for them to go further than that. And then maybe that's why he's not getting the gratification that he feels he could get from social media.
Yeah.
Because it's like maybe
Interesting.
it's not getting past that point of like I can actually show you my personality, or I can show you that I'm like this really nice guy. So if I don't like the term nice guy, we'll throw that away because nice guys
ain't no
aren't
nice
nice guys.
guy.
No, nice guys aren't nice guys.
Yeah, nice
If
guys.
some guy has to tell you he's a nice guy, he's not a nice
If someone
guy.
has to tell you he's not a misogynist,
He's probably yeah.
he's probably.
I understand the fact of getting off social media for that sense. Though. Like I understand that
Yeah.
it's so much easier to meet people in real life, and it's like to use that as your main source.
Yeah.
Or for me, I like to think it's like you could use Instagram as like a half. Like go meet people out in the world and then use Instagram to help better that meeting there.
Yeah, I feel like there's no balance with it. I feel like people are either or. So
Yeah.
like I know from experience, I go off social media that in part because of that. Because I feel like I spend too much time looking at stories and liking pictures, and like I'll spend extra time just looking. And it's like I don't even deep that I'm doing it. But it's like you'll look at a picture that someone posted, and then like you'll put away your phone and it'll come up again. And then you'll just look at it again. It's like it's relatively just wasting your time.
Yeah.
Because you're not gonna message them, you're not gonna do anything, so allow it. Like I unfollowed so many people, like influencers and things like that, where it's like I just spend time looking at their lives and what am I doing with mine type thing. You know what I mean?
You know, I like so going back to what he's saying, like the whole social media thing. We've had so many conversations about social media and how toxic it is.
Yeah.
But like to go back to kind of how I feel about social media still is like we've had the same conversation. It's so easy for you not to phone someone or not to communicate with someone when you feel like you are a part of that person's life by looking at what you're doing.
Yeah.
Especially with stories now. Like beforehand it was just pictures. It was easy. I could see what you're doing on your weekends. Now I see what you're doing every second of every day for those
you've
people
never
that post
addressed
it.
this. That's actually a solid point. Like you've never said
Yeah.
something about that.
Haven't I? No, because
That unlocked like
that's
a
a
whole
specific
thing.
point,
So
yeah.
like when I was in Cape Town, obviously we didn't see each other on the weekends, whatever. But I didn't feel the need to communicate with you guys or like because I was getting my social fill by looking at you guys out, and like I didn't need to pick up the phone and be like, "Hey, dude, how you doing?" I can see, like, and I know it's like good, obviously, human back to like humanity. It's nice to call you and be like, "Hey, Dave, I care about you. How you doing?" But I get that fill. I feel like I'm doing it by looking at your story. So like.
True.
Like, and it's the same with girls now. So like you look at girls the same way, right? So I'm looking at, I can name a few. Do you want me?
Yeah, sure. You're the one who's bleeping this.
Because I just not be. Anyways, so I look at a few girls, right, on social media the same way. Like, you see how they are every weekend, whatever. Why must I communicate with them when you feel like you know who they are, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like it's such a false sense that you don't actually like. If you communicated with them, they'd probably be someone so different. But you have this idea from social media that you're already cutting it off.
It's
Like
like
you're
that
making a
distilled
precondition.
version of like influencers and stuff, where people are like, they come up to us and they speak to us like they know us. And it's like, you obviously are consuming my content. You see my videos. You're like with me for like an hour a week. But I've never met you in my entire life.
Yeah,
So
hundreds,
for me,
yeah.
it's weird because it's like that. But I feel like it's distilled in the way that it's the same principle. Like you feel like you know this person because you see what they do. You see how they are with their friends. But relatively, if you deep it, you're seeing like 10 minutes of their life. And not even in a week. Just
100%.
like in a grand spectrum. Probably in a month, you don't even see like 10 minutes or something.
And it's a facade. Like you're seeing that they smile for the camera.
Oh, dude.
I see like with people on Instagram that when they actually like take a story and stuff, like when you're with people, they actually put on a facade for the camera, right?
Very
So like
true.
they change their persona as soon as they like turn on the camera.
You can see like that smile come through. As soon as that smile comes,
Yeah.
it's like a whole different person. Especially some people having the most shit time, and then the camera comes on. It's like, hey,
Yeah,
yeah, my
yeah,
Because
God.
like, if you catch them not paying attention at the start, it's like,
Yeah.
Basically, with the phone, it's like, hey, and then like it stops,
yeah,
and it's just like it's dead,
Dead,
like
yeah,
deadpan, like
bro.
afterwards.
gosh.
Yeah.
I was even saying like what you were saying there now. It's like my one friend. I'll explain because I don't want to say names and everything. My one friend just had a baby, and I didn't congratulate her because I saw the baby on Instagram. I was like, "Oh, sick!" And I just left it. And I was like, "I've not once said congrats or how's it going." I'm just like,
Same.
in so the life of it's like you see them. It's like you expect that for you seeing it, you're like, oh damn, good job. It's like when you basically like you type a message and don't send it, you just forget about it.
Yeah,
But
dude.
it's like in your mind.
So that actually just reminded me of something like people at work. Now that I'm following people at work, I don't talk to them. Like actually just made me deep because I saw something very similar situation where something with my work colleague on Instagram. She posted something over the weekend. Didn't ask her how her weekend was.
'Cause
I
you
knew
know
what she
already.
did.
Yeah. Now, at my work is almost the opposite. So it's like people will ask you about stuff that you posted. So they'll be like, oh, I saw you did XYZ today. And it's like, you use that as a talking point.
Yeah, it's a nice icebreaker.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, maybe I'm just shit. No, but you see, like
No,
I feel
no,
like it's
because
subconscious.
It's subconscious because
Yeah.
you're just like, no, but I know what you did. It would be weird because it's like, I know you watched my story. You know you watched it. And then you're going to say to me, like, even when I was in Cape Town, when people asked me, where are you in Cape Town? I was like, yeah, can't you see? Yeah, it's like I didn't have to tell you, like you can see, but it's like, no, Libs, you're actually a dickhead because not everybody's watching your stories. Not everybody, like you've told no one you were going here other than like 5 people.
Yeah.
So it's like they just flick on and they're like, oh damn, Libs was here and now he's in Cape Town. What the hell?
That's interesting because now you're talking about like a whole. So like we look at other people and we assume that we know what's going on in their lives. Now you yourself has a precondition that other people think that they know what's going on in your life.
Levels.
Damn. That's wild because now you're doing that exact same thing.
And it's almost, it's a bitchy thing to do because genuinely, I often just assume everyone knows what's going on. So when they ask me questions, I'm like, what are you off social media? And it's like, not like it's never from a place of arrogance. It's just like a matter of fact type way of like,
How much do I need to describe to you?
Yeah, it's like, how much of this have you seen?
Yeah.
Did you see number 1, 2, and 3? Or just 1, 2?
No, I always post only 4 at a time. 5 or 5. Yeah.
It's because they go 1, 2, 3,
And that's,
swipe.
That's how toxic socials are, dude. If I have 5 stories on and I have to post another one, I'll delete one of the previous ones.
Are you serious?
On my life, I don't like having, because I don't like clicking through people's stories where it's like, it looks like dots. Or even, it's rude, but like 7 stories in a row, I'll hardly ever watch them.
That's so wild.
So I'll
to me,
get
man.
rid of something from the day before to post again.
So what's wild to me, like social media, like I really don't go on Instagram a lot anymore.
Yeah.
But when I'm on social media, Instagram obviously knows who the people that you want to see, right?
Fully.
They're like, it's like they're telling you.
Yeah.
Every time I see that one person, I'm not going to say this, but every time I see that one person that's there, or like 3 people,
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, fuck you, Instagram. Like, and then you're like baiting me out. I want to watch these now.
Yeah.
And then you just continuously like
Very true.
in like taking in this content of the same person, the same, even if it's an influencer or whatever. My point was something.
I'm sure you
How
have.
these levels do.
Do you're on camera. You can't just cut off like that.
They can see you.
Oh shit!
You can't do your computer thing where it's like, yeah, I can. Your lips never get it now, I promise.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Do you ever feel like that? Like with people on socials, like that you just don't need to talk to them?
It's happened with Todd. Like, so Todd messaged me the other day. And he was like, hey, Dave, how's things going? And like, my immediate thing was that icebreaker thing. I was like, oh, shit, I see you in Norway and everything like that. And he was like, oh, yeah, I am. And it's like, for me, it doesn't ever clock. Like, a lot of our friends that are now international, it's very easy for me to lose touch on that talking point because you see their stories. And it's like, for me, it's like, you see them and you're happy for them. Like, you're so pumped for them and everything. You just don't actually end up messaging them because it's like, damn, I'm so happy for them. And you just like kind of flock away. I just think it's because it's like, relatively now, our attention spans are so good. Sorry. You look really funny. Our attention spans are so much lower than before that it's like,
true.
I will forget to do a lot of things.
Dude.
And then I'll literally just end, because I go see him on Instagram, I'm like, oh damn, I should really message him. And then I go and like do something, then I go back to Instagram and forget about everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that for me is, I don't even think it's a toxic trait. It's just like, you kind of need to put your priorities, like make a mental note to do shit like that.
Yeah, but it's so hard
Hmm.
because everything on your phone is stimulating to interact with it.
Yeah.
Nothing's slowing you down enough to remember, oh shit, I should message this person. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
then you get
yeah.
caught in like the real trend, and then it's an hour of your life gone. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Fuck on social media, man.
And you have a toxic real train, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been
It's
there.
just gym bros.
No, it's
literally
serious.
just gym bros, bro.
Jen's deadlifting about how their heart's been broken by women.
And I lift now.
Yeah, no, it's literally like, it's like Jen's like posing and it's like, she said I wasn't enough, so I became more than that. I'm like, bro, just lift because you want to, not because you like, that's
Yeah.
toxic, like the heel.
You know, a breakup has never motivated me to
Yeah.
go train.
He's like,
I'm
oh,
like,
there's-
no, I kind of don't want to do anything today. I'm just gonna vibe.
And the thing is, like, I broke up. Now I can hit PRs. It's like, bro, can't you hit PRs in a relationship? Maybe the PR you should have was a happy relationship.
Find internal motivators, bro. If you couldn't hit PRs when you were with her, then you shouldn't have been with her.
Jeez, like.
Yeah, dude.
I love David though because he goes, "Yo, dude, what the fuck?" Next,
He's so angry. He's like, anyway, disable gravity.
They always did deadlifting. I wish Instagram and Reels were back then when we were lifting, because bench was the shit.
Oh.
Everything. Everyone was talking about bench. No one knew what deadlifting was.
Everyone deads now, hey?
Everyone did.
You open my mind.
No, and it's this big thing. If you're not deadlifting, you ain't fucking
Why do I feel like we went from bench to squats to deadlift?
Squats have always
Squats
been.
are,
No. Squats have their time to shine.
Squats are fringe, bro. Unless you're like an Instagram fit chick. Hashtag use my code. Fit T.
No, this is my big problem with how like Instagram training works. It's like you will not see a lot of people say that squatting helps legs. If you think about how many times you see people training legs and they don't squat.
It's all aerobic movement, bro. Watch a Jane Fonda video from the 90s and I swear, that's what they're doing now. Literally, you go into a studio and you just start like doing things and then home workouts. And I understand it's because like, yeah, a lot of people are intimidated by like, obviously the more hectic stuff. But it's also like, tell people about that too. Like half the time it's mainly cardio based and it's for legs and it's for toning and it's for abs. And that majority of fitness, the focus is mainly on those in the fitness industry for woman. And then it's like, that's what they have to work on as your face value, like the first thing that you see. Like, I feel like that's why I hate the fitness industry. It's because for gents, face value what you see. If you're not, back in the day at least, if you're not training abs, training arms 6 times a fucking week and skipping your legs, then...
Yeah.
But if there's more you get into fitness, the more you can see what actually helps you and what's actually good for you.
Yeah.
So this is something that I've struggled with my whole life, to be honest, with gym, is that I never knew what worked and I was never consistent. Like, I feel like I was that typical person of like, nothing's working in the month that I've been gymming.
Yeah. So many people fall into that rut. It's like, it's such a big majority, and I think it's because of the saturation of information there. Is that you go there and you hear so many contradicting opinions of like, this works but this doesn't, and something I would say the exact opposite.
And you really need to know who to follow, man.
Yeah.
Because think about Athlete X, bro. How many videos has he said why bench press is the worst exercise for your chest? Then you'll see a thumbnail 2 months down the line where he's like, why bench is the best?
Oh, you see him?
Bro,
so the same guy.
Swear.
Yeah. Oh no,
they all do it, bro. They just want to make videos.
Also,
bro,
all these fitness influencers that post,
man.
like, they'll post like these daily workouts, and relatively, you'd be a shit influencer if you went and you had to tell the truth. It'd be like, what are you doing for bench? What are you doing for chest? Benching.
Yeah.
Okay, what are you doing for legs? Squats and deadlifts. Yeah. Anything else? No, I don't need, like, relatively, you don't need to do much after that. True. You can go and do your accessories and everything, but it's not a necessity. I love doing accessories, so I don't mind that. But they go and they fill their content with weird, dumb shit. Like this one guy, he's got like 700k followers, and he goes and he does this one thing that he says is for chest. The next week, he posted, he says, this also works for back. And I'm like, what the fuck? even though in comedy he's like, you said this was for chest last week, what is it actually for? And he's like, both.
Oh, goodness.
Didn't you see me twist my one arm right? No. That means that it's back now.
Pronated external grip.
This is what I also hate about influencers, and I've gotten into this trap before. Like, I agree with you. Like, it's very simple. Curls, like, fucking...
pull down.
I don't know any other exercises.
Pull down. What are you? He's fanning someone. He's riding a horse.
No. Gundam style. Yeah. No, so it's I agree with you. Yeah. Like, simple exercises, right? It works. But I fell into the trap as well of watching. I forgot who it was. Do you remember Six Pack Shortcuts?
Oh, Mike
He was
Chang.
one of them, right? I dig him.
Goat. Yeah.
Right? I dig him. But I also watched a whole bunch of guys that literally shit on him.
100% because he's completely wrong.
You see?
Dude, I love that guy. I watched him fucked. Dude, if I didn't get a 6-pack from doing 100 sit-ups a night, I was shook, dude. And I did it for like a solid week and I saw no change. And I was like, okay, so what am I doing wrong?
Yeah.
And then somebody tells you, hey man, you know your body fat percentage can't be 30. Like you need to lose some weight.
So you can't be majority fat and get a 6-pack.
So okay, so what's the conclusion here? Because I've seen. So what's this thing now? I know girls also the girls I've spoken to that are into gym. They come to me and they say there's 3 different body types. There's this body type, this body type.
Oh, don't
this
say
body type.
endomorph, ectomorph.
Yes.
Oh
Okay.
my
So
days.
this is the latest thing that I've heard now. So now, which body do I have? And the males have their own thing.
Yeah, you would be an ectomorph if we wanted to fucking class it like that.
So now we all have our own exercises according to body type, right?
We don't.
Okay,
They
but
all
this is
work
the
the
latest
same.
thing.
Yeah.
So you're saying that it's incorrect?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, why?
Because human bodies don't differ that much. It's genetically, there are certain things. So I think mainly for me, genetics does 2 things. It determines where your insertions are. I might be completely wrong. But no, I'm right about that. But I might be the second thing. I might be
Insertions?
wrong. So
Your cuts.
where your body
shapes.
cuts. So like David has a longer tricep head than me. And my tricep end's a lot higher than his does type thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So it determines the way your body essentially looks. Like when you get abs, what do your abs look like? That's genetics. Also, genetics determines how quickly you put on weight and things like that.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
But in terms of how your body functions and what grows muscles, it's not, it can't, there's no way to me that I've ever heard that it's different amongst these people. So like if you're an ectomorph, focus on doing
High rep, low weight.
high rep, low weight. What the fuck's that? Like it doesn't make it,
yeah, it actually doesn't
It's
make
just
sense
it's
at
just-
all.
It's keeping you in the ectomorph thing, and which is dumb. It's basically saying it's like relatively. This is the grand scheme. We know you're not going to consume enough calories to put on more muscle.
Yes.
So just stick to losing body fat, and then you'll get
Yo.
lean. And then for
Very
your
true.
endomorphs, which are your chunkier gents, which I hate. But
how's
anyway,
a chunky
yeah.
gents.
And it's like you're gonna just be a thick guy. So stick with your high weight, low reps, because you're just gonna put on muscle. No one's actually gonna see any insertion. Then like the in between of shredded, it's like do both.
Yeah.
You get both. in
Wow, that's so interesting. So it's like pushing you into doing something that's already like, or it's going to make you obviously kind of be the
It's
same.
what's going to give you the quickest, the way that the fitness industry sends it to you is what will give you the quickest gratification.
because you're not going to pay money for an actual PT. So look at this picture and get information.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
100%.
Because also it's like, even for me, PTs I feel need to be thrown in the bin, because so if you go to a gym and you watch PTs, they'll also only do legs. They'll make everyone do legs like 4 days a week. because-
Legs and crunches.
Mm.
And then planks, and then you think you've
and then
worked.
hits in between, like they'll do
Oh.
supersets like with the
Commercial gyms, bro, especially here, you go around them, and I'm sure there are PTs out there that are solid, but majority of what I've seen, man, wow, it's not the one. Can't lie. It will budge.
Oh, there we are. Got it. So back when you were saying these exercises don't work for me and I never know what actually works, I think it's at this end of the day, it's the most simple thing. It's like, what do you find fun and enjoyable at gym? And it's like, what could you see yourself doing long term and still enjoying it? Because I think that's relatively the only thing that pays off in gym is consistency.
Yeah.
If like your form's right and everything, it's like you can get a lot of results from doing fucking nothing.
Yeah.
And it's like, as
I
long as you're
feel that.
consistent with it, you're fine. It's like
Yeah.
with you see a lot of gratification from body weight and things like that. And it's not because your body goes and it loves body weight. And as soon as you do a push up, it's like, oh, yes. It's like, no, it doesn't do that. It's just like you literally get such a quick pump from that your body, like you just enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
And it's like
Yeah.
you see results from there.
Yeah.
And as well, we know your arm situation. It's like when you bench, your left arm drops there. And you don't like that feeling.
No, I don't.
You know it. I've never been privy to this information.
Bro, you must see. It's terrible.
It's so heartbreaking. It is. If you want to see something fucking sad, don't watch puppies crying. Watch my boy Ben. Watch my boy Benj, and he's doing so well. On this left arm, you could hear it like,
Listen, it's not because I'm weak. I have an injury. No,
Oh,
it's also
gosh.
because it's weak. But I
Heck.
did break my arm when I was younger.
oof.
Don't say break.
What?
You fell from a tree.
I have a scar.
Yeah.
Screw you, man. It hurt. No, I
Yeah,
broke
same.
my arm when I was younger. And I feel like that's why. I mean, I've never been anywhere to confirm this, but yeah. So like when I bench,
I
bro,
fucking love our podcast. That's why. I've never been anywhere to confirm it, but that's why.
That's exactly
That's
why.
all about trading. It's like this doesn't work. This works. Why?
But you know what? Hey? We have 10 years of experience, man. We have 10 years of experience.
Literally just full of shit.
Why don't you check your sources before you speak? Different exercises can help endomorphs.
Yeah, legit. We're gonna get some
They
of that.
can't.
though.
Someone
Oh,
must shout
fuck,
at
you
me.
must come up with it.
Fucking shout at me, bro. Shout at me about this
I love that.
body
Even saw
type
your face
bullshit.
when you guys were talking about the endomorph about it being bullshit, and then I was literally like, "Why?" Dave looked at me and went, "We don't what? We don't ask those questions here."
No, but I think
Why?
it's more like a subconscious thing of like I used to cherish that thing. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I know what I need to do. Yeah, and it's like this body type that I want to achieve.
Yeah.
Doesn't do anything.
Do you know
You'd
it
have
very?
better luck taking.
It's literally what?
I want to. I will get back into it one day. I don't want to do this now. Nah, I don't want to. You carry on, Lips.
What was I gonna say? Oh, if you want to understand, Jim, the specifics aren't that hectic. I left you alone.
I would ask for the same respect.
But yeah, it's like if you want to put on muscle, be in a caloric surplus. If you want to lose weight, be in a caloric deficit.
Of course. Why wouldn't I?
But I'm just saying.
What does that mean?
No, I'm talking to how simple fitness actually is.
Okay.
Because I feel like the industry itself complicates it a lot.
But Dil doesn't know what calories. He doesn't know what that means.
Oh, you said caloric. I thought you were saying some other word I just didn't know.
genuinely asked you, like you were like,
Oh, I thought it was
okay,
being a
but
dick.
Dil, I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
He's like, what are you doing?
You
Yeah.
just dismissed my asshole.
he was,
No.
he's like, "Dil, I don't have time for your stupid questions anyway."
Sorry, I just think you said caloric weirdly. Maybe that's why. I just thought it was a different word. Caloric.
Calypso.
Caloric.
You need to be in a kryptonite surplus if you want life to be
You
hard.
need to invest
No,
in
Lib, I
Bitcoin.
find out you need to be in a crisis surplus.
Oh no, keto.
Oh, yeah.
No keno body.
No pish posh. This is the problem with us.
So I've also heard this. This is the latest thing. So it's either calorie deficit.
What I love about it is that you seem like you want to get involved in the fitness industry so much. It's your what's the trend in fitness? It's
What's
like,
the trip? What do I have to be posting
wow, okay,
to pop?
and it's like, yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna do anything though. But this is the latest
Yeah,
trend.
legit.
But yes,
I
latest
hate
trend:
that you know me.
caloric
Yeah.
surplus and deficit.
Yeah, so
Easiest
that's what
way.
everyone's been saying.
Well,
You know
I'm
what
glad
it
that
is?
the latest trend is the fucking truth. Because
'cause,
often
I mean,
it's not.
And now it kind of makes. I mean, it makes sense to me.
Mm.
It just does. The whole calorie thing makes sense. But it's weird because growing up, you never heard that, right?
No, never.
No one ever said to you calorie deficit, calorie surplus. But now, calorie specifically. So what I'm trying to get at is that food has different things, kilojoules. It has
Oh, macros and micronutrients.
correct. So it could have been any one of those things when I was growing up that I could have had to be in a surplus of or a deficit of, right?
No, just generally the whole thing.
So the way it
main
works-
number.
No,
So,
I'm just
are you gonna
saying it
explain
could have
macros?
been.
I was just gonna.
You guys missed my point. I'm
we
saying
really be
it
cutting
could-
him off, yeah. We don't, like, he's on the computer camera.
Fats, oils.
I'm just gonna stick to what I know.
Go, you use
Yeah,
fake.
yeah. What are you saying?
Yeah, your audio is good.
Tell please.
No, so what I'm saying is anything on that fucking like sweetie packet,
Yeah.
the kilojoules, the things, you could have told me in this time that that's what I needed to be in a deficit or a surplus, and I'd believe you. How the fuck do we know that it's calories? It's because everyone's telling you that it's calories. This is my point. The spread of information. They print money.
Also, I don't think you know what calories are. if we're gonna get into this quickly.
Oh, you said calora.
I thought you were using a fancy word. No, because sorry. Educate me, please. Yeah.
So relatively, regardless of your proteins, your fats, your sugars, and everything, something has a caloric state where it's like it's gonna have this many calories. So it's like an egg has like, I think it's 62 calories without the egg yolk.
Yeah,
thinks he knows.
He does probably. That's very.
Sorry, carry on.
So with that, regardless of what you have, it will give you 62 calories. Whether your protein, your cholesterol, your fats, that's a whole different thing.
Okay.
That's if you in a day consume or not consume, but you use over like 1,500 calories, you would have to have that many to be in a surplus.
Yeah.
And above that,
Mhm.
regardless, you could literally fill up 2,000 calories of cake if you really wanted to.
Mhm.
As long as you're burning, if you want to be in deficit, you're burning more than 2,000 calories. Sure as hell, you will not have energy, or you won't be happy with your life.
And I
You'll
don't
probably hate it. But
Yeah, recovery will be a bitch as well because if you get into the nitty gritties, cake doesn't provide your body with any sustenance.
Yeah. So obviously the nutrients is important with that,
Yeah,
and the
so
amount
you-
of protein and carbohydrates.
So
So
you
your
have-
three
Nah.
macros: your proteins, fats, and
Carbs.
Carbs.
Davey doesn't know the
Yeah.
third one because he doesn't eat it. It's like vegetables.
Wait, what is the things you gave me?
It's what will happen when your body's not on vegetables. This is your body on vegetables.
But yeah, so that's your basic, your three there, and those obviously contribute to muscle growth and living a happy life. And fat
Yeah.
basically acts as a transport vessel for most of your lipids and amino acids.
Amino acids.
Amino acids. Then you get your micros.
So you talk about calories like it's something that you can measure.
yes,
You can. There's a
Alright.
cool app, MyFitnessPal. I use it for the whole of uni, where you literally take your phone and you point it at a barcode and it tells you exactly what that product is, what's in it, the different macros and micros, nutrients in it. And you can set, so what I used to do is set how many calories I'd consume. So when I was being a butch, I would only consume 1,500 calories a day. So then I'd literally be like, yeah, I had this for breakfast, had this for lunch. And then it tells me like, oh, you're on 900. And then I would always leave space for like a packet of Oreos at uni. Just because I'm like, let's work that into the macros.
Even if it's over.
Close the eyes.
So what I meant was, so that's a manual measurement, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can measure like blood sugar, like sugar in your blood.
Yeah.
Can you measure the amount of calories I have in my body at a specific point in time?
if relatively only if you knew what you ate, because your calories obviously you burn throughout the day. Like statically you're burning calories.
Yeah.
Okay, but what is a calorie? Can
It's
I
a-
see it? Can I inject it out of myself?
No, so calorie. If you want to put it in the grander scheme of things, it's. Oh my God. I think it's like in the basic sense of it, it's like it's an energy source. So it's things that your
Kilojoule.
body. Yeah, it's measured in kilojoules as well. You can measure calories in kilojoules. No, don't quote me on that.
It's not. But I'm pretty sure you're right. I feel like
Yeah.
often people look at kilojoules and they can roughly determine how many calories that is.
Yeah.
Not specifics of it at all. But just like, oh, this would roughly be this
But
many
no, you
calories.
would
Yeah.
not be able to go and look at your body and say, right now at this given point, you have this many calories.
Yeah.
Because relatively, your calories go through a state of we're dumbing this down a lot. So please, any fucking food dietitians are like,
Get involved.
like what the fuck? But it's your calories, they go into your body and then they get converted into either fat or muscle in the basic sense of life.
Yeah. So it's like if you're consuming a lot of carbohydrates, your body's just going to store them if you're not using them. And that's, I think, the initial basis for why early in fitness industry people are saying don't eat carbs and then you'll lose weight. Because it is a very calorie heavy food. Carbs are calorie heavy. That sounded dumb.
No?
But yeah, a lot of things that have carbs in them are calorie heavy.
Yes.
And it's like you shouldn't be consuming unnecessary carbs because it's like your body's just going to hold on to it because it doesn't see a need. But when you're training and you're like trying to like get energy to work out or energy after you've depleted it, you're literally just using carbs as a cycle to like make sure that your body is fine after you work out and is strong enough before you work out to work out. Otherwise,
Okay, so
carbs too
so
tough.
for me then, from what you guys have explained, right? If I simplify this, are you guys ready? So you get calories, okay?
Yes.
Deficit, surplus,
Yes.
okay? These calories, you're either aiming for the deficit or the surplus.
Mm-hmm.
Within that, you have to make those calories up with very specific nutrients and things, right?
Yes.
Carbohydrates, specifically on most part, would be great for surplus, bad for deficit because they're heavy. But also their nutrient level
It depends on
might
the
also not be
carbohydrates as
balanced
well.
enough.
There are 2 types of carbohydrates as well. There's a lot. So I feel like we've dumbed it down to a sense where people, I feel like, can understand it. But also
they're
do
stupid.
No. Just because you get fed so different.
Okay.
You need to get behind the camera, actually.
Sorry. Sorry.
But yeah, because it's like, I feel like if you want to, from this point, do your own research and go further, I feel like this is a starting point for that. But the premise of this entire conversation and the reason why I feel like we're passionate about it is because people get fed so much dumb stuff that they don't want to, like, that they follow and never question. So it's like, even us saying all of this, question us, you know what I mean? Even if you're not a professional,
You're
I feel like
wrong about a lot of things.
definitely, I'm sure there are a bunch of things in here that we get wrong too. Let us know. This isn't just like a thing of, oh, this is how it is and we're letting you know. None of us have degrees in this. But it's like, we probably should have said that at the start. None of us have degrees in this. But at the same time, I don't know, chats like this for me are always a thing of, this is how it is, but research further so that you can understand it properly. Because Dave and I both know why we hate the different types of body types. We know what we've seen. We know the research that we've, acquired. But
I don't hate any body type. Whatever, but you're great how you are. Jeez, cross, what is that?
Don't put me in your category.
Hey, Lims, I know you hate some body types. But not hate, but like don't believe in like your endo and your ectomorphs and things like that. But I don't think right now I could articulate it well enough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like something that you learn when you were younger and like you question it every now and again. You have information to back it up, but you don't ever, I don't know, make it a thing to be like, oh, this, and this. You know what I mean?
You know what I attribute these conversations to is like your knowledge is very good on it, better than mine. Your research shows that, right? And the research, yes, may be incorrect, but for you, it's your truth, right? And I'll go to philosophy.
I was gonna say he's gonna hit some religious slaps
Let's
right now.
go. You
Nigga
guys
said it's
ready?
your truth. I said
The difference between truth and belief. So there's a philosophy that says belief is, if you believe something, it is your truth. You can't not believe in something and not think it's true.
Okay.
So
Well, I get you there.
the concept of truth is something
Someone
that I
else's
believe
belief.
in. And so if you believe that what you're saying is truth, then I can't sit here and criticize you and say that you're lying,
Yeah.
because you don't, it's naivety.
Hectic. Yeah.
So I find that interesting, and that's why I think debating about things in general is so important. Like this converse and this medium is so important, because if people don't do this, then people never know how to change their truth,
Oh, hectic.
because you never adjust your beliefs, or your beliefs might adjust from converse, but then
bad other people's bad truths.
yeah, exactly.
And then it's just more bad truths. Because imagine you alter the bad truths into an even worse truth.
Exactly.
You get World War One,
Three now, Dave.
Three.
Yeah.
We're
Cold
already
War?
on 2 wars.
Cold War,
That
Warm War.
didn't count. Cold War was just like 2 guys. And then you got his mates.
We're not gonna get involved in history.
Because David knows nothing about that. Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. I feel like that's a very interesting way to look at it, is like someone's belief is obviously something that they won't change overnight. You know, it's not something that they'll change unless they're exposed to new things. And it's like, even if this conversation just sparks you to go and like question the influences and the people that you're already watching, I feel like that's enough. You know what I mean? Because that's the most important thing, is always asking questions.
Ooh.
What did he say?
Feels like we're trying to end the podcast here with philosophies like that.
What?
Question
What?
everything.
What?
Never take anything.
What are you saying?
Just question.
Who
No, I'm kidding.
are you?
No, I liked it. I really did. I just forgot what you said, and because Bill's asking me these questions.
Which is important.
We're back. Everybody, thanks for coming to Vaabs Podcast. We're done. No, I'm joking.
Wow, I see why you guys always tell me like, shit, is it there? Because damn,
How long has it been?
we've been rambling. It's 46 minutes, but I mean, for me, it feels like it's been 10 minutes.
The
So-
thing that annoys me, I always feel so bad because we go on these very big tangents and we get very invested in topics. And it's like we just spent
Amen.
like a solid 20 minutes talking about fitness, and it's like that poor guy is like, I just fucking came here to find out where I must go on a Friday.
Join us next week.
Where we won't tell you.
That's so true.
Lebs is like, and this is why I feel I'm afraid to love. And then it's like, welcome back to Vaabs Podcast.
No, we need to record for an hour before we get all this stuff out, and then we just go back to fucking talking shit.
But I feel like it would naturally occur or like happen that the podcast is a reflection of what we actually like to talk about.
Yeah,
God
finally.
forbid, eh?
That's season 1 really. Wow, pandering, bro.
Shout out to all the people
Did
that
you hear
are
this
watching.
typhoid in the water? I'm sorry. I've just been wanting to say this for so long. Why is there typhoid in the water?
There isn't.
What is it then?
No, there isn't. I actually saw something that the government sent out that's saying that there isn't.
So why is everyone on the strip in Pretoria getting so... Oh. Because when you say those things
Eating
together...
poo-poos.
When you say those things together, you realize the strip is the dirtiest place on planet Earth. And that people just periodically get sick from going
Anyways,
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, but apparently it is. It was a fake thing. Like people were shoving it out. Like I saw someone post a story with Tiger Brand's logo on a sheet that said that typhoid was out and this is what you can do.
hectic.
And then I realized, okay, this is
Fake
this is
news.
fake. And
We need
then,
to keep arresting people for fake news, not just COVID related.
Let me just check this and make sure before I spread some false
Yeah,
shit.
Imagine they're like,
Yeah, some poor
guy.
guy's watching Vaabs Podcast about to eat his, drink his toilet water and being like, oh, well, now I can go for it.
Mom, Dill from Vaabs Podcast said there's no typhoid in the water. You can stop boiling it. Never mind, there was typhoid in
I
the
felt
water.
so well checks. I went to studying about my disc endeavors and disc golf, and I was busy like raining through this fucking river.
Yeah.
And like halfway through, I was in like this sludge. Like there was like, I feel like there's oil in this river thing, and I'm like,
Oh, God.
man, I think I'm gonna get typhoid from this. And then I went and like I smacked like a bamboo thing and sprayed water onto my face, and I was like,
So to clarify
Cholera,
before we
cholera.
get shut down here, so
there is typhoid.
There is typhoid.
I fucking love this podcast. Okay, but guys, that's fake. Anyway, welcome back to Vaabs Podcast.
Google Endomorphs. Google Endomorphs. We didn't know. They're making a
Because
comeback.
apparently we know fucking nothing.
Is it real?
Wait there. So there's been very few cases of typhoid, okay, in South Africa.
But there have been cases.
There have been, but the thing that's fake and what people are saying is that it's come from municipal water. They have a very good. I remember reading this article. Sorry, they have a very good way of testing water in municipal water, and if if there's anything wrong with it, because obviously they have the source,
Yeah.
and then they have the end of the source, so they can kind of like test, right? So point being, they found no evidence of typhoid in municipal water sources. In other words, other sources like potholes could be infected.
I just love how.
Yokske River.
No, wait. I want to quickly classify. You literally said a pothole is a source of.
Hey, bro, this is South Africa. Have you seen how big they are?
You know what?
Wait,
What-
bro, the one in Rosebank. Have you seen that fucker?
Wait, that one on that road that goes in between. There, somewhere.
You know that road in
From
Rosebank?
Jan
Yeah.
Smuts, that you turn right onto it, and then you go or left, depending on where you come from. See, like
Left.
everything is like subjective in life. Don't
all
listen
about
to anything
perspective.
anyone has to say because it's all subjective. Just kidding. Don't
But,
ever listen to
yeah.
that advice.
There's a massive fucking pothole. Like it's huge. It's like takes up like half. You can't be in that lane. Like everyone has to go around it.
I just hate
And it was
Rosebank
full.
because they don't redo the roads. They live that logic of we put something over and it's fine. And then the bumps there.
Yeah.
I was driving mom's car like 2 years back, and this thing was gunning 80 across it. I scraped everything. Like I felt like the wheels went into everything.
Yeah.
You just turn the music off. You just start crying.
You just have to vibe out at that
Yeah.
point.
You got music on after that, anyways. Like bumpers scraping behind. Stop me.
Please phrase your request in the form of a Vaab check.
Hold me back.
Stop, man.
Love you guys just let
Somebody
me carry on.
stop, man.
We've also done no vibe checks. What I
That's
was
what
going
I'm
to say
getting.
before you started speaking. Come here. You got a head.
Oh, this is the first time you've ever altered my appearance while we're talking. Because before, you
Make a
just let me
wish.
sit with... Ew. Make a wish, children? Vaab check
Oh.
or make a wish?
Yeah. Did you prepare vibe checks?
I'm checking. Did we ask?
No.
No. We kind of just came here.
We literally said, this is our vibe out session. We're going to film it.
You know what it is? It's actually felt like that. It's felt like the conversations we have over there. Which is, I don't know. We've always wanted to record those.
I feel like...
But those ones go so... Like, to the level of if you're not high, I don't think you would enjoy what we're saying too tough.
No.
Can I ask a question?
Oh, buddy, go for it.
Vibe check on guests. I just wanted to talk about it because I realized
Because
this
you
is
guys
coming
did
out
no
after.
effort to get a guest this week. And I'm kind of pissed.
I mean, ask them. Do they enjoy seeing Dylan in front of the camera in guest mode, even though we've asked him no questions and we just came
Also,
to chat?
literally, we've not posted the episode with the guest, so no one knows.
Well, that's why he's asking us.
It was like a thing that they could also find
They
out.
know.
Are they going to know now?
They will know
Yeah.
when this is out.
I hate talking in future tense. To come in the
In
date.
future tense.
The community.
To come in the date.
Oh, fuck.
Fuck off.
Yo, I haven't heard that term in ages.
Yeah, dude. Kijk
I'm
gewoon net.
Afrikaans if anyone's trying to call me out when I said that. I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
When David doesn't get his fix of talking about Hans, he threatens the fans. He says, I've not flirted with one of you today, and I'm having the worst. I'll fucking kill everyone.
No.
I'll fucking kill.
No.
No, I get. Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. Let's talk about guests. I'll talk about this in another thing.
No, just say it now, because
No, because it gets political. Gets a bit not really. But do you know why Afrikaans people call people soties?
No.
I don't know what that is.
I also actually don't know what that is.
Man, you guys are lucky. I get called a sotie on daily. It's
Okay, I
like
know what it is.
It's like an English person. No, it's
So-
like an English.
Oh.
I don't want to fucking say it anymore.
I'm sorry. Tell us what
It's also not that interesting. Can we cut this?
No, I want to know what a soti is.
Yeah, so it's in English, like it's English people.
Oh,
What
okay.
the-
So they,
So I just thought it was interesting because he's holding it like a penis.
I'm sorry, my hands are tired. Oh, yeah, I'm tired. Fuck. You try to hold the mic for it out. Yeah. It just means English.
Yeah, so it's an English. It's Afrikaans word for an English person because they don't know where they want to be, so they've got half their foot in England and half their foot in South
I've heard of
Africa
that.
and their penis in the salt water.
are you serious?
It's like a soap peel.
Oh,
Sauti.
That can't be the.
Apparently, that's what Afrikaans people told me.
Really?
Salted.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
Hectic.
salted dick.
So it's very insulting.
Yeah, it's like it's a very rude word.
Are you a soti?
I'm Afrikaans, but yes, I am.
So then you're not.
Your foot's in Europe.
No.
What you doing there in
Yes, I
Europe?
told you, it gets a bit political. Telling me I'm from Europe.
Lives, how dare you? I was born on the same soil as you. Thanks, Dave.
Hey, buddy.
Thanks, Steve.
I get called a Soti a lot because I can't speak Afrikaans, even though I am Afrikaans.
People forget you're
I
Afrikaans.
forget I'm Afrikaans.
Who the fuck reminds you you're Afrikaans?
People that come to my salon, no, to the salon, and they start speaking fluent Afrikaans to me. I'm like, how are you doing? How are you?
How are you?
How can you assume that I'm Afrikaans? It's not like my surname's Pretorius.
David Pretoria. Ooh, David. Ghana.
David.
Wim.
That's where it stops. Domini.
Everyone's a church person.
Hey, Domini. Hey, man, whoa. Oh, gosh. Remember them vibes, dude. Fuck. High school, though. Anyway, we don't need to talk about that.
Vibe
again.
check on guests. I like it. I'm having fun with them. We've done a lot.
Yeah, we've done so many
We've
guests.
done so many guests.
So many guests. No, I enjoyed that interview a lot, man.
My brain.
I feel like that's why it's changed almost like the way I saw today's conversation. Because I'm just like, normally I feel like I'm just trying to get through something. When now with that interview as well, it was just like, no, actually talking to know. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. No,
Because I feel like, especially towards like when we had segments, it's almost like you're trying to get to the next segment or you're trying to wrap it up in a bow and let it go.
Yeah.
But it's almost like when you have a free-flowing interview like that, it just changes your
Mm.
dynamic and your mindset.
That's
sure.
interesting.
Yeah, I'm sure there are OG fans that love what we do now and, you know, have deeper conversations. And I'm sure there are people who just like, hey, bro, talk again about how you won't get on the N3 to link hands. Or lie to us. That's
Funny
what I
enough,
say.
I get a lot about that. Like when you were talking earlier on about how people go and view us, like when not really as influencers, but people talk to us like, "Oh, should I know your podcast?" That is the first thing people will say to me. It's nothing else.
Really?
It's like, "Oh, you won't get on the N3," and it's like, "Yeah, I talk shit. I get on the N3 apparently often."
I lied.
Yeah.
Okay, I went
Once
to
again,
the-
Vaabs Podcast, we lied.
How's it? The least reliable source of information here. Vaabs Podcast. We're here to catch vibes and feed you with knowledge tidbits. But yeah, no, 100%. It's weird, that we had so many moments from season 1 that almost like, I don't know, entrenched in certain people's minds, but we're kind of like,
I think it's because we're trying too hard.
in season 1.
I think we were like trying to like make an impression. So we were saying like, fuck, I still hate the East. I don't care. I was gonna go back.
The
and, like,
realization.
I was gonna be like, maybe I don't.
Who am I trying to make happy, bro? Fuck.
Every time like I have to go to the East, it just makes me mad, man.
Bro, it's like how I hate 4As, but you'll see me out in 4As.
That's because you live there.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, what's your excuse?
I just always end up there. It's so weird.
Uh,
Like I'll be traveling. I'll be like, oh, come on the East again. Beat for me. How's it?
Let me just post on the story. How's it, guys? I'm in the East. Fuck, delete.
Lick my.
Oh gosh! By the time you see this, maybe the vlog will be out. Who knows? Let us know if you like
don't
it.
say that. Say it will be out. We're gonna hold ourselves. No, hold ourselves accountable.
We edited it straight from a fucking new podcast fucking venue.
What?
What happened again? Oh yeah. You guys didn't want to drive. Oh yes, that's what it was.
Oh! Why are we fighting in front of the people? This is the problem. It feels too much like when we just chat. That is literally like,
We'll start fighting.
yeah, we're just gonna start rocking each other. Are you holding my hand because of the helicopter?
No, I'm trying to understand what you didn't understand about what I said.
Yeah, this is starting to get a bit fever dreamy, hey?
I think those hitting the dopamine low.
Adrenaline dump.
Yeah.
So
It's like,
wild.
yabba dabba dooba. And then lives in our uses the doors. It's like, holy shit, what the hell?
That light is hot, guys. Can I get some
Can I
water?
take my shirt off right now?
That's so rude because we always tell the people that you're shirtless behind the camera. Now, for the first week ever, you're wearing a shirt to fucking disprove us. Yeah, this guy's clapped. He's so done.
Okay, Liz and I will keep talking. You can come back, though. Take a. Welcome back, though.
Thank you.
How you feeling?
I'm so sorry you guys had to witness that.
Real life breakdown.
I love this here.
Sometimes, you just get into a
Breakdown.
state where
You break down.
you have these feelings and you need to let them out. And it's been bottled up for a while now.
So I broke down.
And I just felt like I had to get it out. And yes, I cried.
Someone called AAA. Because I broke down.
But it's done now.
You know, we're not sending this to like any agents or anything. You don't need to act that hard.
Damn it. I'm using this for my show reel.
These are the self tapes. Have you ever seen people who like do acting post their self tapes? I didn't know that you had to do that, like as a thing. Like actors, I didn't know that you post like a video of yourself and then you say, or not post it, but you send it to, like as an audition almost, like an initial audition. And then that's what they watch.
Yeah, it's like
thing.
a CV.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I thought the CV was just the things that you were in, but I realize now that
If you don't have anything you've been in, how can you?
I was guy number 3 and she's all that.
So they sent a self. Okay, sorry, took a while. Yeah, okay. So no, they send a self tape to
let's
the
end
as a
it.
first step, and then once
Yeah.
they get there, then they obviously do an
Like an
actual audition.
We show up in that.
Okay, so that's interesting because generally they have a show reel, right? Why are you laughing at me?
He sounds like he's trying to convince himself.
Like he's been in this industry for years. And now he's like, yeah, that's how it works. Then you get to the office and then they cast you in the role.
You're talking about acting, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I act.
Been there.
Have you ever done a self tape?
No, I've never done the tape. No.
Oh, why?
I've never had to do like a screen vibe.
Oh, he's never had to audition because he's that good.
I was going to say he's never auditioned
Sorry.
with his clothes on.
Do you film pornos? Are you a
I had
porno?
to audition for Fame.
I'm gonna live forever.
That's not actually a Fame song. That was just a 4 song.
No, you're lying.
I promise. It's not actually in
But they said
Fame.
fame. I'm gonna live.
Get him off. Get him off. Let's do it.
Ah, poor boy. Thank you everybody for coming.
We hope you've all had a good time. I don't know if we've had one. I thought we were having a good one.
I thought it was
But
amazing.
thank you so much for tuning in. We're sorry if we didn't do anything that you guys wanted, but we had fun. Please check out our reels and our vlog that's coming out this week. Get pumped. We're gonna bring out
Vaabs
so many more
vlogs,
guests as
baby.
well.
Woo!
If you want to be a guest, let us know. We'll probably have you on. We had Dill on. So
So the bar's
not
low.
so hard.
We started here that time, and then Dill said, "Let's just reset the base. Let's just come down."
Can only go up.
But as well, find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts.
If you go for a tea reading, and then the lady pours out all the rest of those like end of the tea leaves from the tea bag onto like your plate, if you have bad juju about you, the beans will spoil. Vaabs Podcast.
Often, if you watch Leon Schuster's old movies to cancel him, when he says, "Shucks," if you slow it down to 0.25x speed, he says, "Subscribe to Vaabs Podcast and watch us on Apple Podcast."
There's a conspiracy.
Fuck off. Don't
No,
Nebs do
I
it.
actually tried. No,
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen,
wait,
for coming.
wait.
And as
Wait,
always,
he wants it, he wants it, he wants it. Let him get
I
it.
can't believe I did that.
There's a what though?
Hold on, wait. What do you want to know where we can find people?
He's drunk. He's drunk at this point. It's beautiful.
The conspiracy. So there's a conspiracy
Yes.
about Michael Jackson
Yeah.
and that he's dead. He's not.
Ah.
And if you find him, he's gone crazy. He's in the room. And
No, don't. He. Not ho. He's not Santa. Oh. Thank you so much, everyone. We hope you had a good night.
when you look at him, okay, what he does, he's so crazy that he just recites Vaabs Podcast, specifically episode 13.
Is that what you needed to get to?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just tough, man.
Thank you for coming. I feel like we're being very disrespectful, but thank you, Dill, for being in front of the camera. You've actually added a very amazing dynamic change to the constant, vibes that we always have. So we do appreciate you. We do love you. Thank you for,
I'm glad.
Yeah.
No, I had a good time. I
Yeah,
really
listen,
did.
you don't need to continue.
Thank
I know it's
God.
been a
Ready for
lot.
the next episode? We're doing 2 in one night.
Oh, we have to film after Vaabs. So let's do that. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to this week's installment of Vaabs Podcast. Vaabs. And as always,
Do it for the vibe.
do it for the
Keep
Vaabs. Season 1, asshole.
Who's turning off the light?
We're not done yet. We gotta do after vibes.
Yeah, it's going to stay on.
I keep on.